People are saying that Lukashenko met Putin in Moscow today.
Hello, Nana. Yes, indeed. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko and Russian President Vladimir Putin, they met for the first time after a failed coup attempt here in Russia by Mr. Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner group. And, well, Lukashenko, he played a crucial role in resolving that conflict between the Kremlin and the Russian private military company. So some of the Wagner troops, they have left and now they're stationed in Belarus. And in regards to this one, Lukashenko, he has made a few interesting statements. He's saying that now, finally, Prigozhin's troops have become a matter of concern for Belarusian authorities because those Wagner forces, they are thinking about going on a visit to Poland. Well, I think that's one way the Belarusian president is saying that basically the Poles should down their rhetoric a little bit because basically Lukashenko believes that the Poles have been supplying from their territory tanks and artillery to help Ukrainians to fight the Russians on the battleground. And also he said that some of the NATO troops that were located in Poland 500 kilometers away from the Belarusian border, now they have moved as close as 40 kilometers away from the border of the Union State of Russia and Belarus. So basically I think that his way of saying, well, now we're trying to keep those Wagner troops in check, but if you guys continue like this, they might just decide to go on a visit to Warsaw.
Oh my goodness. That feels a bit like propaganda, though, potentially, but it is a very worrying sign. What about Putin? They're saying he's paranoid.
Well, you know, Nana, as one former KGB spy told me, in intelligence and politics, there are two types of people, the paranoid and the dead. So, of course, I'm not surprised that after this failed coup attempt, Vladimir Putin has decided to reinforce his security, and now they will be implementing this new division into the Russian National Guard. Russian National Guard, it has some 350,000 troops who are responsible for guarding the president himself and some of the main Russian politicians. But and you see them everywhere here in Moscow. They are on all metro stations, they are on every corner, but most of them, I'm sure they have some capable units, but most of them, they just look like 18, 19-year-old boys with no combat experience. So I don't know how efficient they are. And also before this failed coup attempt, all they had were just like buses, and their main their main purpose was just to disperse those unauthorized demonstrations against the government. So they would just pack up some other young boys into those buses and well, drive them away. But now when we have such threats as Mr. Prigozhin with his tanks approaching as close as 200 kilometers away from Moscow, now they have finally thought of actually introducing some more combat units to those Russian National Guard, as well as giving them tanks, some heavy artillery, and maybe even planes.
Wow, very, very worrying.